All right, so a week has passed already, and in this video we are going to announce the winner of that WS Series 2 spray gun. So we got a lot of work to do today. I want you guys to hang out with me. We're going to move through all the jobs here in the shop with you, and then we're going to go ahead and announce the winner in this video. So watch this video to the end. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. But let's start this Friday off and finish it off with you guys getting a brand new Iwata WS Series 2 clear. All right, so the first thing I do in the morning is unload the booth from the night before. These were two jobs that we did, two 3-stage pearl whites. This is a Honda with 2 blends on the fenders. Then we had a Tesla here we put a new quarter panel on this one here, and then we blended the door on it. So let's go ahead and get these unwrapped, get them out, and we'll start prepping out our first job of the day and get our first load in here. All right, so while I'm in here, if there is any dirt in these jobs, I'll go ahead and knock them out. That way they're marked because I can see them the best in the booth. You guys know that I always go over that with you. So if I do have any buffing to do, I handle that in the morning. That way, once these cars go back into the area where the body men can pick them up, they're ready for them to build the car. So we do have a couple little pieces of dirt. We'll hit them real quick. We'll get them nibbed out, and then we'll put them in our area to get those handled for the body man. Just a couple small ones right here, I noticed. Once we get those handled, we'll be good to go with it. So we'll get those 2 spots buffed. This thing came out nice and clean. I didn't think I really had to buff it at all, but we did notice 2 in it, so let's get them handled. All right, so now that we got our buffing handled, what I like to do is get some of the smaller jobs handled in the morning. That way, in case the body men want to build some of these vehicles later in the day, they can. So what we'll do now is prep out some smaller jobs that are going to be just parts. And then later on in this video, we're going to go ahead and shoot this here Tesla. This was one that we put a new quarter panel on it. So it's going to be a bigger job. So when you're doing the jobs in the shop, you want to think about what is going to be the fastest and the most productive. That way the shop can still get what they want by building more vehicles if they're smaller. And then if this one is going to sit in the booth, you don't want to do something like this early in the day because it's only going to slow you down. It's going to slow down the whole shop because they're not going to be able to get as many cars done. So handle your small jobs in the morning and then use your time wisely by doing the bigger jobs that can stay overnight in that paint booth like you guys seen we did this morning. So let's go ahead and get our first load prepped out. All right, so you guys seen that in between the paint job, I was getting all the parts loaded up on the stands. That way, once everything is ready, and that is baking, I can go ahead and get this thing prepped out. I know my parts are here. I know everything is ready to go. And now we'll get this one prepped out and loaded in the spray booth. All right, so we did our normal 400 DA on the OE E-coated parts. Then we hit them with the red scuff pad around the edges. In the PPG line, you don't have to scuff the inside. You really don't have to scuff the outside, but I always do anyway because we have a chromatic sealer which sticks to the factory E-coat, and you do not have to scuff it, but you want to make sure that you do have all the imperfections taken out, because if you leave them in there and you paint over them, you're gonna have them in there when you're done. So I like to buzz them, make sure that they're not having any problem with them. And I like to know that I've sanded them for adhesion as well. I don't trust that stuff as much as a lot of guys do. So we'll scuff them up. We'll finish up on this one, and then we're gonna move into our raw bumper with the gray Scotch-Brite, just to give it a little bit of adhesion. And we do hit that with our alcohol and our adhesion promoter once we get in the spray booth. So let's go ahead and get that bumper prepped out. All right, now we'll go ahead and get our blend panel ready. We'll hit that with a scuff pad with the waterborne cleaner, just to get the edges as well as clean the part. Then I'll hit this with the 800 and run back over it again with the sky pad, like you guys seen in the last one when I prepped out the door for the first load this morning. So these are the steps that I do. I stick to the same system on every job, and I'm able to get faster, smoother, and more efficient with it. Then we'll clean it, and we'll hit it with our 800 DA and get this thing here prepped out. We'll blow everything off at once. That way we're not blowing everything off separately, and we're all finished with 3 parts at once. All right, so the parts are ready. Now we're gonna focus on the body of the car. You guys see we have it plasticked so we don't get anything inside the car, as well as overspray. I like to bag them. And now I'll sand it with the bag on it to keep out as much dust as we can. Even though we use the Festool, it does have a little bit of dust that comes off of that. So we'll sand our primer. Once we get it all blown off, we'll pull the bag, we'll hit our edges, and we'll get this uniside prepped out. So we're gonna go ahead and hit it with our block on our primer first with 320, and then we'll refine that with the DA with the sponge pad on it. So let's go ahead and block it out. All right, we got it all loaded up. We're gonna go ahead and shoot it real quick, because I know you guys are waiting to see who is the winner of that nice new gun. Let me go ahead and bang this one out, and we'll do that raffle for you. All right, so you guys see it. The Paint Slayer is the winner of that new WS Series 2 clear gun. Congratulations. And I'll be reaching out to you and letting you know that you are the winner, but I need you to reach back to me within a week's time. That way I can get all your information and send you out that gun. So I appreciate all you guys for following the channel and being loyal to this channel. And we are gonna be doing more giveaways here in the future, so stay tuned to this channel. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.